guys. Just wanted to show people the fun of having MS. So, I still have a cough, and I have had this cough since the 17th. And one thing that happens when you have MS is if you are too stressed out, or if you get a virus, or if you're too tired, or just things that are very strenuous on your body can cause you to have exacerbations. And I all of a sudden yesterday evening lost complete control of my bladder, to the point where, like, if I cough, pee just comes out. And like, it's not even like I can feel my muscles pushing the pee out. It's just, it literally feels like nothing's happening down there, but fluid is just coming out. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just don't have like the peeing sensation yet fluid's coming out at the same time. So I've been using pads, and just my dignity kind of took a huge blow, but it is what it is, and it could be so much worse. So I'm just here at the hospital so that they can get steroids into my body to get my immune system to like get back on track and prevent my MS from getting out of control. So I guess they are admitting me, but this is just the fun part about having MS, is your body just can't handle normal things. And I just wanted to make this video because I had a little bit of mental breakdown, because it's embarrassing, like being 31 years old and just peeing yourself and not being able to control it. But this is real life for a lot of people, so just know that if you're going through this, you are not alone. And when you actually think of it, like, it's kind of stupid to feel stupid when you can't even control what your body is doing. So yes, I will keep you guys updated. I have a MRI in the morning, so they're going to see what's going on, see if my brain lights up like a light bulb, and they gave me some Solumedrol, and the Solumedrol like helped so much for like my cough.
Searching for info on options trading, and look, it feels like I'm just wasting time. That's my deal.
Just a little update. So I'm still in the hospital. They've been giving me Solumedrol through an IV, which has been tremendously helping my cough. It's stopped the loss of the bladder control. And then I was supposed to have an MRI today, but it's like 2:30 and I still haven't heard back. So I don't know if they're gonna do that today or if it's gonna be done tomorrow. My body is like, it feels like my immune system is still trying other ways to attack my central nervous system, because when I got admitted, late Saturday night, like at midnight, and I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to one of the worst symptoms that MS can bring, in my opinion. And I don't even know what this is called. I've never had a doctor like explain it to me, but what it feels like is when your body feels like it is freezing cold, but at the same exact time it's super hot, like you'll be sweating but you're freezing cold, and your temperature will come up completely normal and healthy. So it's like another way that this is an invisible illness, is because my vital signs were showing that nothing was wrong here, but I was freezing cold and extremely hot at the same time. It is the most uncomfortable thing ever, and it causes like your body to sting and burn and tingle and stuff like that. Like, the best way that I can describe it is, you ever get your hands in the snow and then have the stupid idea of running your hands under warm water? That's what my body felt like. It was in my hands, going down my arms and part of my thighs, and like my back was like drenched in sweat, like my chest was sweaty and parts of me was cold. Like, it was just a very uncomfortable thing, and there was nothing that they could do for it at the time or give me. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, I just decided, I was like, okay, well then I've got to sleep through this. And I just had like a thin sheet over my body, and didn't have any socks on or anything heavy on me. And I asked them for melatonin so that I could just sleep right through it. And then thankfully I woke up at 7 o'clock, so like 4 hours later it had passed. Then I started to get a headache that I always call them headaches, but they show up in my eyes. Like, my eyes will just hurt so bad, and sometimes it'll affect other parts of my body. Like, it started affecting my teeth. They were starting to give me Tylenol for that, but the Tylenol wasn't doing anything. So then they started giving me morphine through my IV, and oh my gosh, I hate it. Like, morphine, for some reason, when it hits in my system, it feels like a person is standing behind me, and they're literally like pushing down on my shoulders. Like, it's just like the weirdest, heaviest feeling ever. And it was like making the pain level come down from a 7 to like a 3, but it didn't last very long, and then it wears off and you have to wait like a long time before you can have your next dosage. So then they switched it up, and now they have me on Narco. They said it's kind of like Vicodin, like it's got like Tylenol in it or something. And so far that seems to be the thing that's working the most, because I'm assuming that, my muscles and my nerves were a little bit messed up in my bladder. I'm assuming that's why I also couldn't go number 2, is because I didn't have full control of those muscles yet. So I was struggling to go, and I'm like, TMI, I'm sorry. I mean, you clicked this video, and I will put like warnings in the title, so that if you're really that like grossed out or cringed out, you don't have to watch this. But I'm the type of person that goes like every day, and I go like multiple times a day, and it's just like my natural, normal, healthy self. And I hadn't gone, like, I went like a little tiny bit, like I think Friday night or early Saturday morning, but it was like barely anything. And so then I haven't been able to go this whole time. And then finally last night I was able to go, but I was in so much pain, like just so much of that like gas pain that tells you need to go to the bathroom. And then this morning I was able to go a little bit, and then I was just still in so much pain that I could not think about anything else, along with like dealing with a headache. And then it ended up like turning into diarrhea. So then like I was like in pain from that, and in pain with the headache. And so I've just been like sleeping a lot today, but everything seemed to balance itself out. I like to do a lot of natural things when I have any kind of like problems. So like, since I've been here, I pulled a muscle in my neck from coughing so much, and most people would be like, ooh, give me drugs. But I was like, can I have an ice pack to help this muscle? And it ended up working. Or like if I need to sleep and I can't sleep, I'll go for melatonin rather than, hey, give me a sleeping pill. Because melatonin is something that we naturally produce. So by taking melatonin, it's just in our system on command. For the diarrhea, I made sure that I just got some soluble fiber in. So there are 2 different types of fiber. There is insoluble and there is soluble. Insoluble softens your stool. So if you're constipated, you need insoluble fiber. And then soluble fiber hardens the stool. So if you have diarrhea, then it helps for that. So like I made sure that I got like some oatmeal. I was just going like based off of memory. I've been diagnosed with IBS, so I had to do this a lot and fluctuate back and forth based on my needs. So I just got some oatmeal and put like a little bit of peanut butter in there. I've been trying to drink like ginger ale for like the queasiness that I felt, and I'm finally starting to feel so much better. I just got done with a visit with my dad. You know, this all is like really kind of like embarrassing stuff. It's not like society just doesn't like come out and talk about this kind of stuff. That is exactly why I'm making this video for anybody else that's going through this. I just want you to know that you're not alone, and I am willing to look however stupid or whatever somebody wants to say about me, or however somebody that doesn't understand wants to judge me. Feel free to make that judgment. This is for all my people that need to know that they're not alone, and that when things are out of your control, like, we have to remember, like, it's out of our control, and we can't feel too bad about it. We can't feel too responsible about it. We just have to get through it with the best positive attitude as possible and use it to help other people, so that the pain, the embarrassment, and all the negative things that we go through, they were for a purpose. I mean, I don't know about you, but I always just think that if my pain, if my bad day, if my bad experience, which it could be way worse, if it can help somebody, to me that is just like the most awesome thing ever. Because it's like what the devil thought he did for bad, like God made it for good. So just a little update. I have finished all of my IV Solumetrol. It's like a steroid that you get through an IV to help bring the MS back into remission. I thought it was working because I stopped losing control of my bladder, but then I had a visitor yesterday. I had my dad, and then later on I had 2 of my friends come to see me, and it turns out like the more I talk, the more my cough comes back, and with my cough coming back, then I cannot control my bladder. And they did do 2 MRIs today of my brain and my cervical spine to see what's going on, and then they said that most likely in the morning that I'll be discharged, and we will do my thoracic spine and my lower lumbar. Out of patient, those are more just to make sure that there's no damage done by the steroids, because I guess steroids can be good for you, but at the same time they can just have a lot of side effects, and they just want to make sure that my spine looks okay. There is a city that's a little ways away from my city that I have heard good things about as far as a urologist goes, and there is a procedure where you can have Botox entered into like your pelvic floor or whatever to help you control your bladder, and I would prefer that over taking pills every single day for the rest of my life. And I would prefer to do like Kegel exercises and some more natural things before I just like, you know, hook my body up to a pill that I take every day and just rely on that. There's just something about that just doesn't sit right with me, because I'm only 31. I'm about to be 32 at the end of the month, and that just seems like a very long time depending upon one pill to run an organ that you use every single day. My mind is kind of all over the place, not gonna lie. It's like one of the least feminine and attractive qualities, and not really thought of as desirable when you're a 32-year-old woman that can't control your bladder. It's like really hard, and like there's a lot of people that don't understand, like how do I go from having a cough for 2 weeks to being in the hospital and I can't control my bladder. I will say that I feel very blessed for all the people that have been in my life to help me out, and I'm not gonna let this situation go to waste. I'm gonna let it bring me closer to God and help, or allow it to help me, you know, be a better person, a more positive person, somebody that takes less things for granted and takes life by the horns, and you know, just takes chances in life. So I just wanted to finish out this video and let you all know that I made it out of the hospital. I was admitted on Saturday and released on Wednesday. They told me to follow up with my neurologist, and they said that they didn't find any new lesions on my spinal cord or my brain, which would be an indicator of a pseudo exacerbation. So my body, it's kind of weird, but my body was acting like was having a flare-up, but wasn't having a flare-up. And this is something that can happen if you put too much stress on yourself, or if you have a virus, or if you're fighting off an infection. So yeah, my next step is to follow up with a neurologist, and they also told me to hurry up and get back on Tysabri, get an infusion as soon as I possibly can. So I have an infusion set up on August 13th, and then a follow-up appointment with my neurologist on August 24th. I'm actually doing like a lot better. I got control of my bladder back, so thank you, Jesus. And all my other symptoms stopped. When I got home though, I've had IV steroids before and haven't had any problems other than like having like a really bad taste in my mouth and gaining a bunch of weight. But this time I had straight up withdrawals, and it was like to the point where my whole body was just shaking. I was in like a lot of pain, like literally everything hurt, and no way that I lied down felt good at all. Like just every part of me hurt, and it was definitely not fun by any means. And that lasted for about like 3 days. But I'm feeling better with that. So, and my cough is even starting to get better. So everything is slowly coming together, and I just wanted to make this video to show, the real life of having MS, like the random scares that you get with your health, and also because it's really hard to have a symptom so embarrassing, like to like lose control of your bladder, to have to wear an adult diaper, like that really hits your dignity hard. And I've said this so many times before that the biggest battle with MS is the battle that goes on in your mind, like with it being an invisible illness, to how hard it is to face the reality of saying goodbye to your old body and hello to this unpredictable one that just always wants to fight you. Another thing that I wanted to point out is, the reason why it is embarrassing for an adult to like lose control of their own bladder is because it's not attractive, it's not desirable, it's like got a stigma behind it. And during this whole time, it really like brought some scripture home to my heart, and like I'm gonna put it up after this so that you can read it. But I think it's in 1 Peter or Timothy. I can't remember. I have it written down. But pretty much that let your beauty come from your inner beauty, from, as a woman, from a gentle and quiet spirit. And I just thought that was the greatest reminder that God could give me, is that my beauty doesn't come by how my body looks or how, well my body functions, or, any of those external things, but it comes from who I am on the inside, and how I love others, and how I behave, and how I act, and the way that I carry myself in, you know, the inward manner. So I just hope that this video has helped somebody. I'm putting this all out there because my, you know, good things happen to bad people type of concept is because good people have the power to do something with a bad situation to help other people. And if bad things just happen to bad people, then like it wouldn't really mean anything. It would just, I don't know, just not hit home the same. And my whole purpose with this channel is to share my life in hopes that I will be able to help at least one person, and in doing so, helping at least one person makes absolutely everything that I go through completely worth it. So I hope that this helps somebody. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, especially comment down below, and, you know, get some conversation going back and forth. If you have MS, or if you have chronic illness, or if this video like hit home at all, let's start a conversation in the comments. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified anytime I make a video. And I will see you in my next one. Thank you guys. Bye.